welcome back. If you're new here, you can subscribe and get more content from me, and that would be awesome because I really need some subscribers. So I'm gonna be cheeky here and do the finally fall tag. I'm being cheeky because I live in Brazil and now it's spring. It's full on spring, but you can get the feel of fall if you want. You can decorate your room and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do the tag. I'm gonna be looking this way sometimes because I'm gonna be reading the questions. So the first question is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. I am going to name my favorite book of all time, which is Jane Eyre. The setting in this book is its own character. It's crisp. It's there. You can feel it. Either when she's younger and she's in those awful schools, or in Thornfield Hall where she meets Mr. Rochester. There's this thing. There's this feeling you get, and it's really atmospheric all the time. So Jane Eyre for the win. The second question is, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. For this question I have a perfect one, which is The Dark Interval, by Raina Maria Rilke, which are letters on loss, grief, and transformation. So these are just a collection. These are, a collection of letters that he sent to friends and family and people like that, who were dealing with loss and tragedy, and someone in their family died, or things are changing for the worse, things like that. And he spins it in a very optimistic view every time, and the letters are beautiful. I even tagged a bunch of them, and let me see if I can read a part of it. This is a letter that he sent to the Countess Lily Knitz-Menar. Yep. So he says, if people took some simple pleasure in reality, which is entirely independent of time, they would never have needed to come up with the idea that they could ever again lose anything with which they had truly bonded. No consolation is as steadfast, no accomplishment as irrevocable as the connection between human beings, which at the very moment it becomes visible, works more forcefully in those invisible depths where our existence is as lasting as gold lodged in stone, more constant than a star. So, yeah, he writes beautifully. The next question is, fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. For that, I am very glad to share Letters of Note. It's gigantic. It's letters, an eclectic collection of correspondence deserving a wider audience. So it's filled with letters from important people, or letters about important things, and it's just like brimming full, like almost exploding with information and so interesting. So we have letters from Albert Einstein, Benjamin Franklin, Charles Darwin, Elvis Presley, Emily Dickinson, Hemingway, Fidel Castro, Dostoevsky, Flannery O'Connell, Roald Dahl, Queen Elizabeth II, Mick Jagger, Kurt Vonnegut, John F. Kennedy, Iggy Pop, and many, 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 many more. Galileo Galilei. So it's one, I think, the best nonfiction I've ever read in my whole life, my whole entire life. So the next question is, in order to keep warm, it is good to spend some time with people you love. Name a fictional family, household, or friend group that you'd like to be a part of. That one was so easy for me. I choose Harry Potter. And no, I don't mean the Dursleys, I mean the Weasleys. Every time the Weasleys are pictured in Harry Potter, I just feel such warmth and such love, and they are just the kindest, and the love they have for their daughter and sons is just beautiful, and I love their quirky ways, and the Burrow is amazing, and yeah, the Weasleys. The next question is, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines. Well, that's not gonna be easy because I don't organize my books by color, but I'll try to find some accidental kind of fall toned part of my shelves to show to you guys. This is the most fall tone I can think of in my shelves, so yeah, it's gonna be that one. The next question is, fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein someone is telling a story. So I really like this book because it spans like centuries, and the main character is living his present life and telling the story of his life since he was a child, and that is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. I went into this book a little bit guarded because I wasn't a fan of The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, but this book surprised me so much. I gave it 5 stars. I loved this book, and he is in fact telling the story of his life, and it is really good. So the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Okay. I searched for like horror stories in my shelves, and I don't have many or any. I mean, I just bought Misery, but that by Stephen King, but I haven't read it yet, and it's like a book everybody knows, and I kind of wanted to show something people wouldn't know about, so I got this book, which is called Family Cases, and it's by a Brazilian author, and it is about true crime, and it is about the 2 major crimes that happened in Brazil that made everybody stop and stare and be glued to the TV and like know everything that was coming out. And It's the murder of a couple by their daughter, and a murder of a little girl by her father and stepmother. So it they were like, people would stop what they're doing to if the thing was on TV. So in here we have every detail, we have every forensic information, we have crime scene photos, we have interviews, we have everything. And I was like, yes, give it to me. And it was funny because my mom, when I showed her this book, she was like, there's so many things to read about. Why would you read about crime and these things that are so awful? And then she opened the book and started reading. And like 3 minutes passed and I was like, Mom, can I have my book back? And she was like, yeah, can you lend it to me? Like, sometime? I'm like, sure, Mom, I can. I mean, it's just something that captivates people because you want to know, you know? So, true crime is like that. If you say it's not, you haven't watched like those documentaries that they make that just keep you glued to the TV. And anyway, that's my answer. The next question is, the days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up everybody's cold and rainy day. This one I also didn't think twice. I've read this book 2 times already this year, and it is The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. This is just the cutest, most heartwarming, beautiful, sensitive, loving, educational read. It's beautiful and it's just written with so not like a lot. It has few words, but it packs a punch, and it's just perfect. Fall. This is number 9. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. This one I also didn't have to think much about it. I want to reread all the classics that I love and annotate them and make them like just full with annotations and the parts that I love and everything like that. And the first book I want to do that with is Jane Eyre, but I also really want to do it with Pride and Prejudice. And this beautiful copy I got this year, and I'm not annotating this one. I'm gonna annotate another copy that I have, but for the beauty of it, this is the one I'm showing. But anyway, Pride and Prejudice, to go back to that story, to go back to Lizzie Bennet and Mr. Darcy, it's just something I really am craving all the time. So, Pride and Prejudice. The last question is, fall is a perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So, I think the blanket is the main one, but it's boring. So, I'm gonna show you guys this little lantern that I received like years ago in a Owl Crate box, and if you put a little tea light, tea candle in it, and put just a little bit near wall. It and you like turn off the major light in the room, it will create like beautiful shapes around the room and the walls, and it's just kind of magical, and I loved it. I love reading with the shapes just going on and moving about on the walls. It's really homey. The other thing are mugs everywhere, and I just have like a million mugs, but I want to show my favorite mug, which I drink majorly coffee, and it is this one, which is a Mr. Darcy. Look at it, mug. So this was done by a Brazilian artist that I love dearly, and I'm gonna put his Instagram down on the description box so you guys can take a look and go ahead and follow him on Instagram. He makes the most beautiful art with Pride and Prejudice and Outlander and Boldark and so many things like that. And oh, I forgot to say, and candles. Candles, definitely candles. Love it. So that's it, that's the tag. Thank you for watching. For once, a shorter video for me, because I don't know what's going on. I'm just making like ginormous videos. But have a happy fall. I'm gonna be here enjoying my spring, but anyone who's having fall, have a happy fall, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.